The following Signode safety video depicts a Signode BCU plastic strapping machine, which is used to unitize loads in the glass bottle, PET bottle, and can industries. Your system may be configured with controls, conveyor, or load positioning provided by an original equipment manufacturer. It is the responsibility of the OEM to provide the necessary interlocks and controls with their equipment and to make the necessary connections to Signode-provided interlocks. At Signode Container Industry Systems, safety and customer satisfaction are top priorities. Our ISO-certified plants carefully design, manufacture, assemble, and test Signode power strapping equipment to ensure that it meets strict performance requirements. This video will help educate you about personal protective equipment, general housekeeping, and safety procedures for machine service. It's extremely important that equipment operators wear personal protective equipment to prevent hand, eye, foot, and other injuries. Signode recommends that operators wear protective gloves and steel-toe safety shoes, and that both operators and bystanders wear safety glasses with side protectors. Maintaining a clean, uncluttered work area will also help prevent injuries. Be sure that the dispenser is located close to the chute system so that it does not interfere with traffic patterns, causing a trip hazard. Also be sure that the dispenser is working properly so that the strap does not spill out onto the floor. Always dispose of used strapping in designated disposal or recycling containers. All operators and service personnel must be fully trained before operating or working on Signode equipment. Only personnel who are trained and authorized specifically to work on electrical equipment should attempt to service the strapping system's electrical components. Signode conducts comprehensive operation and service training during installation and includes an operation parts and safety manual with every strapping system. If after completing training and reviewing the manual, you have any questions regarding proper operating procedures, ask your service representative for help. Signode power strapping systems are equipped with machine guarding to help prevent injuries and safety labels to alert you to possible hazards. Be sure that all safety labels and control panel identification plates are in place and legible. If you need to replace any labels, contact your Signode service representative. Guarding around moving machine parts helps eliminate shear and pinch hazards. Be sure that these guards are always in place when the equipment is in operation. Additional precautions should be taken to ensure that all electrical components are working properly. Keep all electrical covers closed to prevent operators from touching live electrical wires and to protect the equipment from dust and debris. Check illuminated controls for burned-out bulbs, replacing bulbs as necessary. Be sure that all emergency stop buttons and lockout switches are functioning properly. Also verify that interlocks are connected between the BCU and other OEM equipment, preventing movement of auxiliary equipment when power to the BCU is locked out. Signode provides the capability to lock out and tag out all air and electrical controls for maintenance purposes. Before servicing the machine, insert lockout tags on the control panel and air supply. Secure the padlocks and take the keys with you so that no one other than you can restore power to the equipment. If you need to feed or take up strapping, you will need electrical power. So instead of locking out power, lower the platen to its lowest position and lock out the air supply. Then, unhook the head carriage's mechanical quick disconnect and put the head carriage into the service position by pulling it back until the stop bar engages the stop block. The platen, head carriage, and pallet void feeding attachment will not move, but electrical power to the strapping head remains on, allowing you to feed and take up strapping. If strapping is caught in the head as it retracts from the load, you must switch the machine into manual mode and manually advance the carriage against the load to release the strap tension. Then, cut the strap, return the head carriage to the home position using the carriage return selector switch. Lock out electrical and air power, put the machine into the service position, and clear strapping from the head using the crank handle. After clearing a strap jam, be sure to replace the crank handle into its holder. Unlatch the head carriage and reattach the mechanical quick disconnect. Then, restore power to the equipment. If the pallet void feeding attachment gets stuck in the pallet, put the machine into manual mode and retract the PVFA using the selector switch. If unsuccessful, lock out the electrical and air supply and the conveyors. Then physically return the PVFA to the home position. Now that you know how to safely operate and service your Signode unitizer, you should also be aware of some common misuses of the equipment that can cause serious injuries. The following are examples of how not to use power strapping equipment. Do not plug loads while the machine is in automatic mode or the load is moving on the conveyor. Never use the crank handle when the strapping head is against the load. Do not remove the chain from the crank handle. Do not enter, service, clean, or lean on the machine or the load when the power is on or the load is moving on the conveyor. Do not change the preset logic in the programmable logic controller. Doing so could cause serious personal injury or machine damage. By avoiding these dangerous practices and always following the safety guidelines for personal protective equipment, housekeeping, and machine maintenance, you will reduce the chance of injury while working with Signode power strapping equipment. Be sure that all operators view this video prior to using any Signode power strapping system.